What's going on, everyone? Data Report here for datareport.info with today's severe weather update video. We have multiple days of severe weather threats in the southern U.S., with the first one being today from Texas through Tennessee, including Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Texas, Alabama, even Mississippi and southeast Oklahoma, where there is an enhanced risk of severe weather today. You can see there is currently cloud cover in this area, but there is some sunshine mixed in, so there is some daytime heating occurring. Taking a look at the latest hazards map, there is flood watches in this area as multiple rounds of heavy rain are possible from thunderstorms. Taking a look at the SPC, you can see here there is a large area of a marginal risk from Texas through to Ohio Valley. Within that, there's a slight risk and even an enhanced risk. First, looking at today's enhanced risk, there is an enhanced risk for portions of northeast Texas, extreme southeast Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, and portions of Mississippi. And then you have the slight risk, which covers a larger area. 3.2 million people are in the enhanced risk, 4.1 in the slight risk, and 31 million are in the marginal risk. The main threat for today, though, be it's going to be hail across Arkansas and portions of Tennessee and Mississippi. It's actually 30% hatched, which means there could be some severe hail. Then you have a 30% area for wind across Arkansas, Tennessee, and portions of Mississippi. But you can't rule out an isolated tornado or two, and you could see one that could get strong, which is why the SPC is going with a 10% hatched area for tornadoes. If there are any discrete cells, which is possible, you could see a potentially stronger tornado. Let's take a look at the HRRR model. Here's the latest HRRR model, and I'm going to change the region to the south central U.S. Let's just change it to southeast U.S. actually. And as you can see here, the storms start to form this evening. And you see a few here that are discrete. Any one of these discrete lone cells, which could be a supercell, has the potential to produce a tornado. Look at this one across Mississippi. That would be really impressive. And then you get some more that form, and then it kind of congeals into clusters. And within these clusters, that's where you have to watch for really heavy rainfall, but also potential for hail and some wind. But any of these cells that remain discrete, they could potentially contain a tornado. As this threat continues eastward, heavier rain is the main threat, and maybe some isolated wind damage. Then we get into tomorrow. And let's go to the Day 2 outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. The Storm Prediction Center has now added a moderate risk for portions of Texas, extreme southeast Oklahoma, Arkansas, and northwest Louisiana. In the moderate risk area, you have 2.6 million people. Then you have a large enhanced risk area with 11.2 million people, slight risk with 12.5 million people, and a marginal risk area with 11.7 million people. Let's take a look at the risk here. 15% area for tornadoes in Texas, extreme southeast Oklahoma, portions of Louisiana, and Arkansas, and that is hatched. There could be multiple strong tornadoes tomorrow in the EF2 to EF3 variety. And outside of that, hey, you're still looking at a 10% area, and even there could be a strong tornado or two. Wind, that is up to 45% in Texas, northeast Texas, portions of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. And wind damage is a significant threat tomorrow. We're going to have a rapidly deepening area of low pressure, which will create high instability and wind shear. Then you have a hail threat as well, which is hatched at 30%. As of right now, I'm expecting this is going to stay moderate risk through tomorrow. The moderate risk area could come bigger. I don't think it's going to get upgraded to a high risk, but hey, we have to watch here. And let's show you what the HRRR model is showing. We're going to go back to a more zoomed out view for this, and we'll choose the eastern view. How about that? And here's what the HRRR model shows for tomorrow. HRRR model is showing that there will be some convection ongoing across Mississippi, Alabama, even through to the Carolinas. That's from that boundary that comes through tonight and produces the severe weather this evening. Then the next area of low pressure starts getting going over Texas. And we have to watch and see how much instability there will be ahead of this. It looks like, as of right now, I can change this to satellite, it's going to be fairly cloudy ahead of this. But then some sun breaks out and the dew points really start to surge. This is tomorrow evening, about between 6 and 9 p.m. You do get some clearing ahead of the front. And here you go. Here's the low that starts developing. You have storms breaking out with this. You can see a squall line gets going. You have some supercells up here in Oklahoma, and this really gets going. It continues to push east, and the low rapidly deepens, generating strong shear. And look at all these cells here. You can see a ton of individual cells. And unfortunately, this does turn into, yet again, another nighttime event. So places like Arkansas and Louisiana and Mississippi, at this point you're looking at the overnight hours when the system is going to pass through, and that's really a concern. You do not want strong tornadoes at nighttime, so keep your NOAA weather radio at hand, and if that goes off, go to your safe place in your home immediately. This storm system then continues east, and already, look at this, 990 millibar low. And you can see to the northeast of it, severe weather continuing, plus very heavy rainfall, which continues up into Tennessee. Look at this, and Kentucky. You could be looking at rainfall rates of 2 inches per hour in these cells, and it wouldn't surprise me if isolated spots get upwards of 5 inches of rain from these training cells. The severe weather threat's going to continue east, and that is going to shift into portions of Alabama and Georgia on Friday, and I will show that to you in a minute. And we'll also have a severe weather threat in the Ohio Valley. So let's take a look here at the Storm Prediction Center for Friday. And as you can see here, here's Alabama, here's Georgia, here's Tennessee. Just south of the Ohio Valley, I could actually see this get shifted a little bit further north. Remind you, this is the day 3 outlook, so often we do see changes with this, but as you saw with the HRRR model, there's a pretty significant squall line that's coming through here, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's even an enhanced risk for wind going through here. And look what happens at this point. The low is down to 977 millibars. That's really impressive. Quickly, let's take a look at the FV3 model. Here's tonight, as you can see, a lot of cells pop up. Definitely a hail threat with any of these stronger cells. And any of these discrete cells you see here, there could be an isolated tornado. And I will be tracking this on Twitter tonight. I'll be doing lots of posting about it. And here's what the FV3 shows for the bigger outbreak tomorrow. You can see there will be some elevated convection well ahead of the main event, like here in Arkansas, and we'll have to watch if that hampers the destabilization of the atmosphere. As of right now, I don't think it's going to, but it's something we'll have to watch. And as you can see, as you get into the evening, a ton of cells start breaking out, and any of these cells, like I said before, the discrete ones, they're the ones that are going to contain the strong tornado potential. Then you have to watch as this becomes a squall line that shifts east, generates a strong wind potential, and then you get some training across the Tennessee Valley and even portions of Arkansas where very heavy rainfall is possible and flash flooding. Like I said, isolated areas up to 5 inches within the training rain. Then you get your threat here in the Ohio Valley through Alabama on Friday. And again, I think Ohio is going to get included into more of the slight risk. And somewhere within here, there could be an enhanced risk for wind. And even an isolated tornado threat could continue on Friday. And as this system continues east, yes, look at this. More snow for the northeast. How much? That still needs to be worked out because the track of the low has been changing anywhere between 20 to 40 miles, and that could significantly alter the snowfall amounts. Like this model here is showing southeast PA getting snow. The majority of the other models do not have an initial thumping of snow with this system, and as of right now, I'm not really buying that. But our main focus is the severe weather, so if you live in the areas I just described, especially the moderate risk area for tomorrow and the enhanced risk area for today, start preparing. This is going to be a significant severe weather event. It could go down as tomorrow, in fact, could go down as the biggest event so far this year. Alrighty, that's it for today's severe weather update video. If you have any comments, leave them down below. If you find any of the content I do informal and educational to you on my channel, give me a subscribe down below, and you'll know when my next video is, and also hit that like button on this video. Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time, stay safe, everyone.